hand. So I'm going to lay this down flat and then just gently wipe this off. At this point, the finish is looking really clear and smooth, and all the swirls and scratches are gone, so you want to be careful that you don't put any tally marks back in. There we go. That looks good. Now we're ready to go to the next step. And the next step is we're going to switch our pads. We're going to go from the light cutting pad to the blue polishing pad, and then we're going to switch over to the Wolfgang Finishing Glaze 3.0. We're ready for the second step. Now, when I look at the results so far, they look really good. But by switching to a less aggressive product and a less aggressive pad, we can actually bring these results to a higher level of clarity and gloss. Now, I've already placed a set of polishing pads on the tool. The next thing I want to do is get the Wolfgang Finishing Glaze 3.0 and give this a shake, and then put some on my pads and pretty much duplicate what I did with the cleaning step where we remove the swirls. And it's important to remember that what I want to do is use overlapping passes, just a little bit more pressure than the weight of the machine, and then for my final passes, I'm going to actually bring my pressure up to do some final finesse polishing. So let me put some product on my pad. And again, always have the cord over your shoulder so you don't drag the cord against the paint. Before you turn it on, place the pads against the paint, and then I'm going to turn it on, I'm going to spread my product out, and then I'm going to start making my overlapping passes. That'll look just like this. Okay, I've spread the product out, and if you notice, I did that pretty quickly because at this point, it's not important how fast I'm moving my arm because I'm just trying to spread the product out. But now that I've got the product spread out, I want to slow down to a slow arm speed. That's how fast I'm moving the polisher. Again, I'm going to put just a little bit more pressure than the weight of the machine, and then I'm going to use overlapping passes, overlapping my passes by about 50%. So let's watch this. There, I've slowed my arm speed down. I'm going to just move this polisher over and overlap my passes by 50%. And I'm putting just a little bit more pressure down on the head of this unit than the weight of the machine. I'm going to make 2 or 3 passes like this, and then I'm going to make 2 or 3 more, only I'm going to bring the pressure up. Let me make one more with some firm pressure. Okay, at this point, I'm going to bring my pressure up and just make a few light passes to do some final polishing. Now notice, I'm holding this with one hand, and that just demonstrates how balanced and how easy this tool is to use. It's very easy to use. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to let those pads stop spinning before I lift it off. And again, this will prevent me from throwing splatter over the rest of the car. Okay, so let's set this down. And we're ready to wipe off the finishing glaze. And again, you always want to take your microfibers and fold them 4 ways. That gives you 8 wiping sides, and also gives you a level of cushion there to spread out the pressure of your hand. I'm going to place this down here and just gently wipe this off. And then after this, I'm going to pull that tape line off, and I'm going to use the Brinkmann Swirl Finder light to really see the difference between the before and the after. Okay, let's set this aside. I'm going to carefully pull this off. And here's a tip. Whenever you pull tape off paint, always pull back at an angle. Never pull straight up. It's just a good safety precaution. So I'm going to pull this off carefully, especially right here at the edges. Okay, I'll set this aside. Now this is called a Brinkmann Swirl Finder light. And what this does is it works like the sun. It reveals swirls to your eyes. And the way that you use this is you don't hold it down really close to the finish. What you do is you want to hold it about 1.5 feet off the finish and get it so the light is bouncing back to your eyes. And then I'm just going to draw this back slowly over the before and the after side, and it'll show me the difference for the swirl side and the glistening clear results that we have here now. Okay, and this looks good. This is what the Mustang should look like. And this looks like it was used as a hockey puck. And that's all there is to it. If you use the right pads with the right products and the right technique with the right tool, you can get show car results in your garage too. Now, at this point, the paint right here is ready for a coat of wax or a paint sealant. You see, the swirl mark remover and the finishing glaze don't offer any protection. They're for removing defects and then bringing that finish to a super high gloss. Afterwards is when you put the wax or the paint sealant on. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and finish buffing out the rest of this car, and then I'll put my wax or paint sealant on. And just to let you know, when I go to do this, what I'm going to do is, just like I worked a small section here with the Cyclo, I'm going to continue that process working section by section until I've buffed out the entire car. And when I move on to a new section, say this section right here, I want to take and overlap a little bit into the previous section so I ensure I remove all the swirl marks and all the scratches from the entire panel. And that's how you work section by section over a car. Now, if you're interested in the Cyclo Polisher or anything else you've seen here today, what you want to do is visit Autogeek.net. And when you get to that website, in the upper left-hand corner, there's a search box. Type in the word Cyclo and hit your enter key, and this will pull up some more information on the Cyclo Polisher. Another way you can find it is on the left-hand side, there's a navigation pane, and look for a text link that says Car Buffers and Polishers and Pads. Click on that, and after that page loads, scroll down, and again, you'll find the Cyclo Polisher. If you have any further questions, you can always call our tech line at 1-800-869-3011, and someone will be happy to give you a hand and help you with your questions there. You can also visit our friendly and helpful discussion forum, and that's at autogeekonline.net. And that's where you'll find me posting how-to articles and answering questions for people working on their car in their own garage. That's all I have here for you today. My name is Mike Phillips. I'll see you on the next edition of Autogeek's Show Car Garage. Now I got to get busy, finish polishing out this car.